Hello, this is Natural Science, Unit 6, Tools and Machines. There are two types of machines, simple machines and complex machines. Simple machines are machines that are only made of one or two parts because it's simple. For example, this type of simple machine, you have to pull a cord or a rope in order to lift something up. What do you call this simple machine? A pulley. Pulley. And what do you call this simple machine with the long bar? A lever or lever. This one is easy. What is this simple machine? A wheel and axle. So the wheel is the circular thing and the axle is that stick in the middle. This simple machine refers to the little triangle. How do you call it? A wedge. So a wedge can cut things, or you could have a wedge to place underneath your door in order to keep it from moving. This one's easy. What do you call this? A screw, because you screw it. And this one, this is called an inclined plane. So don't get the inclined plane confused with the wedge. A wedge is very small, it's a small triangle. But an inclined plane refers to just a flat plane that's elevated. So you have this angle right here. So it's just a plane and you elevate it. So an inclined plane. Complex machines are things that we use all the time. Complex machines are made of many parts, not just one or two parts. Most complex machines today involve electricity. And complex machines use a mix of simple tools and simple machines as well as complex parts in order to make a complex machine. So, for example, this is a microwave. Have you ever wondered what the inside of a microwave looks like? What parts make up a microwave? It's right here. There are so many parts that make up a microwave. It's very complicated, so we call it a complex machine. Is this machine simple or complex? Complex. And what is this thing called? A television. Is this a simple or complex tool? Simple. Do you remember what this is called? A wedge. Is this simple or complex? Simple. And what do you call that? A wheel. It's also called a tire, but you also call it a wheel. Is this simple or complex? Simple. And what type of simple tool or machine is this called again? A lever. So we call this a seesaw, but a seesaw is an example of a lever. And this, do you think it's simple or complex? Very complex. And do you know how to say this? A washing machine, where you wash your clothes. Simple or complex? Simple. And what type of simple tool or machine is this? Inclined plane. Inclined plane. Good. Simple or complex? Extremely complex. How do you call this? A camera. Cameras are extremely complex to make. Have you seen this before? Is this simple or complex? Complex. And what do you call it? A radio. I don't have a radio anymore. I listen to the radio on my phone or on the computer. Is this a simple or complex machine? Complex. And you know what this is called. What is it? A computer. Is this simple or complex? Simple. What does this look like to you? Which simple tool or machine does this look like? A pulley. So this is an example of an exercise machine in the gym. It works exactly like a pulley. On one end you have to pull, and on the other end you have heavy weight. So it's a way to work out, but it is a type of pulley. Is this simple or complex? Simple. And what is it called? A screw. Good. Simple or complex? Complex. Definitely. And what is this called? A car. Do you know the difference between discoveries and inventions? Discoveries are when you discover something or you find something that has already existed, but nobody else has found it yet. Discoveries usually involve discovering things about the natural world. For example, gravity. You know gravity. You discover that every time you drop something, it falls. Every time you drop this paper, it falls. And you're like, why? Well, you discovered gravity. Another example of a discovery is DNA. What DNA looks like inside of us. A really helpful discovery was electricity. And discoveries can sometimes inspire inventions. And inventions are when you create something new. And what you create can help make people's life easier. For example, do you know this tool, this type of invention? What is it called? This is called a saw. Saw. And what type of invention, and what invention is this tool? A paintbrush. And this one? Knife. Knife. And this one? A hose. Hose. This one's easy, this invention. Scissors. And this one? A wrench. Wrench. Are potatoes a discovery or an invention? Discovery, yeah. Is a mop a discovery or an invention? Invention. Is a microscope a discovery or an invention? Definitely an invention. Is a chair a discovery or an invention? Invention. Is a plow machine discovery or an invention? Invention, yes. Is a wheel a discovery or an invention? Invention. As you can see, the wheel has evolved over time. Is salt a discovery or an invention? It's a discovery. Salt is a natural mineral you can find. Fire, discovery or an invention? Discovery. Fingerprints, are they discovery or inventions? Discoveries. We've always had fingerprints. Are tomatoes a discovery or an invention? Discovery. Good. Now, I told you basically all the answers for the exam. Just watch this video again if you want to review and practice with the vocabulary especially, and being able to recognize the different tools and objects. Good luck on the test. I will see you next week.